Hey fishing friend, my name is JC with Radreeling Fishing. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 proven ways to catch more saltwater fish if you are a beginner to saltwater fishing. These tips right here are going to help you out a lot, guys. So yeah, they're secrets. Shh, don't tell anybody, but you heard it at Radreeling Fishing. All right, listen, I have a lot of videos in my library, like 820 videos. I have a lot of tutorial videos. I will refer to some of those as we are getting into this video. I'll make sure I have them linked in the description area, and I'll link some of them in this video up here for you guys that are watching on the computer. All right, number 1, guys, the Tampa Bay Fishing Channel says this all of the time: fish more, catch more. And it's the absolute truth, all right? The other thing that I'm gonna say along with that, fishing more and catching more, is if you can find areas that are kind of away from your normal public pier fishing areas, yeah, try and find those. Not to say public fishing pier areas are great in a lot of different places, but in my hometown, there are places that are a whole lot better than going to the public fishing piers that are out there. I mean, generally when I go to the public fishing piers, I hardly catch anything. So if that tells you anything, yeah, so fish more, catch more, right? Number 2 is fish with live bait. You know, everything eats a shrimp. That's what they say in saltwater. So you'll really have a chance of catching more fish if you're fishing with real bait, either live shrimp or dead shrimp or live pinfish or live, you know, just bait, not lures is what I'm talking about. There are going to be instances, you're going to be watching YouTube, you may see one of my videos on how to catch pompano using a jig and a teaser, and I'm out there on the beach or I'm from a bridge and I'm doing that, and yeah, you're going to catch fish using a jig and teaser, but I promise you, you will catch more species of fish if you're out there fishing with live bait, and your chances of catching fish are going to be a whole lot better if you're fishing with live bait. All right, so along with that, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have linked in this video. I have a video where I went to Walmart and I talked specifically for beginner fishermen, all the different things that will help you get started in beginner saltwater fishing. And in there, I talk about having an aeration system for your bait bucket, because you have to be able to keep your live bait alive. You're going to need a cast net if you want to cast net your own bait, and you have to learn how to throw a cast net. I've got videos on how to throw cast nets. So basically, guys, yeah, start out fishing with live bait unless you want to give some lures a try, right? All right, the next point, hook size matters. Absolutely, it matters a whole bunch. And the reason is that you can catch a small fish with a small hook and you can catch a big fish with a small hook. You can't catch a small fish with a big hook, but you can catch a big fish with a big hook, right? So look, I do a lot of shore fishing, right? I'm not really a big boat fishing guy because I don't have a boat, but I'm just, and when I say like beginner fishing, beginners to fishing here, I'm talking about the guy that's inshore fishing, or maybe he's fishing from the beach, okay? I'm not talking about the guys who are the beginner fishermen getting in their, you know, 30-foot boat that they just bought and they want to learn how to saltwater fish. That's what this video is about, although you can apply some of these principles to that, right? But hook size matters, guys. So I generally fish with like a number 1 or a 1/0 size hook when I'm fishing with live shrimp. And while I'm talking about that, I have a video that will show you all the different ways that you can hook live shrimp, and I've got underwater footage of that, so I'll make sure that's linked into the description area as well. And just remember, this is the Radreeling Fishing Channel, so you can always search for Radreeling Fishing how to rig, or Radreeling Fishing how to hook shrimp, Radreeling Fishing how to tie knots, and a lot of my tutorial videos will come up. All right, so hook size matters, all right? Most of the time in saltwater, people are fishing with a leader line. Basically what that means, it's additional rig that is tied onto your main fishing line, okay? Now, you see these pre-made rigs that you can buy from tackle stores and Walmart and stuff. They're made out of steel and cable, and they've got the clips and the beads and the sinkers and all that. I mean, if you want to buy those, fine. I don't really recommend using those because you just got a bunch of stuff going on there that the fish can actually see. So I have a video that'll show you like a bunch of different ways that you can rig your own rigs for live bait. And in that video, I also tell you different situations and scenarios where you will use those rigs at. Look, I understand you are a beginner to fishing, but this fishing, there is a lot to it, okay? It's more than just going to Walmart and buying a steel leader and tying it on your hook and throwing it out there. That's fun, right? But if you want to catch more fish, there are specific things that you're going to have to learn. And one of them is how to rig up your own leader line. So yeah, you got to learn how to do that, guys. So leader size matters, right? If you're fishing in really, really clear water, you might not want to be out there with like an 80-pound test monofilament or fluorocarbon leader. You might want to only be out there with like a 25-pound test monofilament or fluorocarbon leader. The smaller the line, the less visibility to the fish underneath the water, right? So yeah, so you got to be mindful of your leader line. So you might need several different leader lines depending on what type of fish that you think you might be fishing for, right? Basically, I think kind of a good all-around leader line is 25-pound test or 30-pound test. That's what I probably fish with the most, and that unless I'm targeting really, really big fish. So yeah, saltwater fishing can get really complicated depending on what the fish is that you're targeting, because some fish have teeth, some fish don't have teeth, some fish are around structure, some fish aren't around structure. A lot of variables to it. But these 5 methods and secrets, shh, don't tell anybody, are going to help you catch more fish. Guaranteed, right? All right, so my 5th and final point is chum, okay? So let's say you go to the bait store, you're going to buy, instead of buying 4 dozen shrimp, go ahead and just buy 6 dozen live shrimp, right? You get out to the area. If you know there are some fish in the area where you're fishing, take some of those shrimp and just toss them out there in that area. And basically what you do is you get those fish in a feeding mode. Get them in a feeding frenzy. This is what charter boat captains do all of the time. This is why, like, a charter boat captain will take his cast net and he'll try and catch a bunch of white bait, like this size. Then when he gets to the location, he'll put the white bait in his chum bat, and then he'll sling it out there, and it'll just sling all over the place, and it'll get those fish to start feeding and get them excited. And then whenever his customers hooks on a white bait and throws it out there in the middle of the feeding frenzy, right, they start catching fish. So you can chum. So if you're fishing with frozen shrimp, take some of those frozen shrimp and chop them up in little pieces and throw them out there. I was fishing with my buddy Willie the other day. We were catching mangrove snapper. He had cast netted some white bait, right? And we just took the white bait. We were cutting up the white bait into little pieces, and we were throwing some of those over the side of the boat for chum to attract the fish. You're just making a fish attractant, right? But you don't have to chum all the time. Yeah, I fish all of the time with live or dead bait, and I don't chum. So if you enjoyed this video, yeah, check out this one right here of a lot of different ways that you can rig for saltwater fishing, and check out this one, the different ways that you can hook live shrimp. Thanks for watching this video. Thumbs up or appreciate it. Everybody, get out there and go fishing. Life is fun. Live it. See ya!